is up, YouTube? It's RSMario here, back again with another Pokemon update video. So it's not exactly Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, but it's just Pokemon related things. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to talk about a lot today. We're going to talk about the response the Pokemon Company has allegedly made to Palworld, so that's going to be pretty interesting, as well as some potential information on the future of Pokemon in general. I'm pretty hyped because, you know, we got some news. Not to mention, the YouTube algorithm will probably push this video because it's got Pokemon in the title. So it's win-win all day today. So, of course, if you want to continue getting videos like this from me, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button, do all that good stuff that YouTube requires you to do to continue getting videos from me. Follow me at twitter.com/rsmario128 if you want to see me going straight up demon mode on Twitter, you know, battling all these daggone Palworld fans at, you know, twitter.com/rsmario. You know, so I guess maybe it's x.com now. I haven't even really thought about it that much. But all right, so we're going to get on into the news today. First things first, I want to thank you all because one of the reasons why I haven't been doing too many videos this week is because I have a lot of behind the scenes stuff going on, as well as we were trying to get monetization, and it's official. I am officially a YouTube partner, so I wanted to thank y'all because it is y'all's doing. It is y'all's. You are the reason I am a partner. So you know what I'm saying. It took years and years and hundreds of videos, but we finally made it. So I wanted to thank y'all. So I'm gonna get back into the grind. I'm not sick no more. I got most of my backstage issues done. I can get back on the grind now. So of course we're gonna slide right on into the news. So the Pokemon Company has released a supposedly a reply to the rampant success of Palworld. Now, if you have lived under a rock or you're lucky enough to not be terminally online on Twitter or whatever, or in any of the gaming spaces, there is a game called Palworld coming from a company called like Pocket Partner, Pocket something. I can't remember the name of the studio that's doing it. But essentially, it is Pokemon with guns. And there has been a massive conversation. I'm going to do my own video on it because I've been playing through the game. I was just going to do a video on it in general, but I was like, let me play the game first before I, you know, take a dump on it. Before I get into Pokemon defense mode and start, you know, defending my billion-dollar corporation. You know what I'm saying? So let me play the game first. And every time I sit down to play a couple of hours of the game so I can get some footage, I end up playing for 5, 6, 7 hours. It is crazy. The similarity in the designs of the Pokemon and the Pals do hold the game back greatly, but the game is fun though. But the response was inquiries regarding other companies' games. So we have received many inquiries regarding another company's game released in January 2024, which is Palworld. We have not granted any permission for for the use of Pokemon intellectual property or assets in that game. We intend to investigate and take appropriate measures to address any acts that infringe on intellectual property rights related to the Pokemon. We will continue to cherish and nurture each and every Pokemon and its world, and work to bring our world together through Pokemon in the future. The Pokemon Company. So, basically saying,
we coming for you, nigga!
Nah, that's not really. So, the big discussion here is the PAL designs, right? So, the PALs are like these monsters that you can capture and basically make fight each other in Palworld. But the Pals are so similarly designed to Pokemon that some people have said that they straight up stole models. I don't think they stole the models, but I do think that these things do look like they basically chopped some Pokemon, you know what I'm saying, and then put them together in different ways. Because some of them are basically direct references to different Pokemon as far as some parts of the Pals. That's what people are talking about. You know what I'm saying? So it looks like they're gonna look into that. Now, do I think they actually stole any intellectual property? No. But I do think that they came so close. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of misinformation. There's a lot of people talk about AI. I don't think they used AI to design the CG models themselves, but I do think that the base image that they used to make these was probably AI, which would actually explain why it looks so much like Pokemon. Because AI just takes a bunch of bits and pieces of different things and smashes them together as art. You know what I'm saying? So if they could have used AI to make the base image that they would base their models off of, and then add detail and extra stuff to them to differentiate them later, which is more than likely what they did, which would totally explain why it looks so much like bits and pieces of Pokemon. So it is what it is. Tell me what you think of the Palworld discourse in the comments. I do have a video that I'm going to be doing on that later. So, moving on. So, Andy Robinson, so from VGC, one of the big game journalistic publications, he said, for what I've heard, TPC has taken the response to Scarlet and Violet seriously and is acting on it for future production. So basically saying that, oh, well, they heard what you were saying, and so they're going to act on it with their future production. Now, I've already done videos about this in the past, about how they might be changing things up and the new things that might be coming to Pokemon with new technologies and stuff like that. But that kind of led to another post from Dusty Go-Go. Now, I'm going to tell you this. All right, the posts that you are going to see beyond this point are rumors and speculation and quote-unquote leaks. So, you take it with a grain of salt, which brings us to today's sponsor. Salt, now in Sooo flavor. So when you want to protect yourself from unsubstantiated rumors from the bowels of the internet, but also want your food to taste like it was cooked by a black person, salt, now with Sooo. Protecting you from unsubstantiated rumors for generations. Get yourself a grain of salt today. Alright, so Gen 10, so Dusty Go-Go says Gen 10 is heavily inspired by Pokemon Legends Arceus, open world, classic battle system, which is huge. Pokemon have overworld utility, true side quests, and boss battles. So, now again, this is Dusty Go-Go, so he kind of throws out a lot of stuff. Some of it does turn out to be true, some of it turns out to be false. I'm going to call cap on this, but I'm going to say that if this is true, or any part of this is true, that could be the best Pokemon game ever. Now, the reason why I call cap on this is because Legends Arceus was a gamble, alright? The whole reason that BDSP exists is because the Pokemon Company did not think people were going to like Legends Arceus, alright? Because, again, Legends Arceus was a gamble. It was something they wanted to try something new, wanted to try something a little bit different, you know what I'm saying? And Legends Arceus, it was a gamble, essentially. That's why they made BDSP as a one-to-one remake of Diamond and Pearl, so that the Pokemon, community can have something to latch on to if they don't like the new thing. Turns out they really, really like the new thing. So, you know what I'm saying? It worked. So now that they know this, they can adjust appropriately, but I don't think it's been enough time for them to make Generation 10, which more than likely is coming out next year, to be a Legends Arceus game. Now, Generation 11 might be a similar game to Legends Arceus. I don't know if Gen 10 is going to be that game. You know what I'm saying? But if this is true, this is going to be the best game ever. Because I've said before that Legends Arceus is not a bad game, but it's not peak Pokemon like people say. Okay? Alright, that battle system is garbage. Alright? I will stand on business. I will do the Jon Snow standing on business to say that the battle system of Legends Arceus is hot garbage. Booty cheeks. Straight up dookie butter. Okay? All right, it just feels hollow without the extra stuff. Like, we need that full Pokemon battle system. All right, and that's what we need. Every Pokemon game needs that, unless it's a spinoff. All right, so moving on, because I have burnt a lot of time. So we're gonna go on to the supposed rumors for the Nintendo Direct. So we do know that there is a Nintendo Direct coming. Usually it's in February. There has been no official announcement yet, but February, March is usually around the time when we get one. From the 4chan leaker that leaked details about the Princess Peach trailer, you know what I'm saying, he brings us some new details about the potential Nintendo Direct. Now, of course, just because he got one leak right doesn't mean that he is some sort of insider. You know what I'm saying? A broken clock is right 2 times a day. You know what I'm saying? So he says the supposed new games for the Nintendo Direct are a Fire Emblem 4 remake coming out in May, which I'll talk about that in a minute. Donkey Kong Country is getting a new game for the 30th anniversary. Metroid Prime 2 remaster, Grezzo remake of the Oracle games. That Feel Good game is getting localized. I don't know what that is. Famicom Detective Club returns as Nintendo Detective Club. 5 high school girls must solve vicious crimes that they are personally involved with. So this sounds pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Fire Emblem 4 remake, a lot of people have been saying that this was coming. I have stood on business saying that there is another Fire Emblem game coming. Alright, and I meant to say that in my Switch video, my Super Nintendo Switch video, when I was talking about all the games that Nintendo has been holding on to that are basically completed. Fire Emblem 4 the Fire Emblem remake is one of them. Now, I didn't know if it was Fire Emblem 4 or if it was Fire Emblem, the GameCube Fire Emblems. Alright, so it looks like it's going to be 4, okay, which is pretty cool, because the initial rumor was that it was going to be 2 Fire Emblem games that were going to be remade into 1. Now, there are 3 Fire Emblem worlds that have 2 games in them. There is the Jig Draw games, which are Fire Emblem 4 and 5. 5 takes place during 4, but in a different location. Then there is the GameCube games, which is Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn. You know, they're sequels. And then one of them, and then there's the GBA game, which is the Burning Blade and basically the Roy games, essentially. So it could have been any of those 3. It looks like it's going to be Fire Emblem 4. That's about it for this one. Alright, so the camera dies right around this time period. So I decided to go ahead and re-record the end of this video. So that's about it. I'm going to try to have at least 3 videos a week for you guys. I don't know, depending on what my work situation is once once you know I get back into that. I don't know what that's gonna be, so I'm aiming for 3 videos a week, but of course the goal is to have 5 videos a week for y'all. I'm gonna try to do that, but I'm always gonna be here though, you know what I'm saying, because we monetize now. I kind of have to. So that's about it for this. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, people, have yourself a good one and keep it real.